Today is my third and final lecture of heat and thermodynamics. In first two lectures, I have tried to develop some concepts. Today, I'll try to use those concepts in solving the questions which have appeared in the recent examinations. The first question is, there is an ideal gas and you are given the relation P is equal to P naught 1 minus half V naught by V ka whole square. Now you have been asked that the gas is taken from value V naught to 2 V naught. You have to find out difference of temperature. In such questions, you should remember that this is an ideal gas. Therefore, it will obey PV is equal to nRT, ideal gas equation. And 1 mole is given to you. Therefore, PV is equal to RT, T is equal to PV by R. Now the question becomes easy. It is just substituting your values. T1 is equal to initial stage V1 by R, P1 1 minus half. Instead of V, you put V naught. You will get 1 minus 1 by 2. That is half P naught V naught divided by R. Final stage T2 is equal to twice V naught. Instead of V, you will put twice V naught by R, P naught 1 minus half V naught by 2 V naught whole square. This gives you 2 P naught V naught by R, 1 minus 1 by 8 equal to 7 by 4 P naught V naught by R. Now, you know T2, you know T1, therefore, difference of temperature is equal to T2 minus T1, P naught V naught by R, 7 by 4 minus half, 5 by 4, P naught V naught by R. You see how easy it becomes. Just you have to remember the basic equation and you have to find out T in terms of the variable given to you. In this question, you have been given an ideal gas is taken from A to B to C cyclically. Now, simple trick is internal energy is path independent. Therefore, you have been given that UA minus UC is equal to minus 180. So, UC minus UA, which I have used here, will be plus 180. Now, for this whole process, you have been given A to B, heat is 250 joule, B to C, heat absorbed is 60 joule. You have to find out work done from A to B to C. Now for applying first law of thermodynamics for the whole process, from A to B to C, del Q ABC heat absorbed during this process is equal to del W ABC plus delta U. Because you will not write ABC, you will write final minus initial. Therefore, this is 250 plus 60, 310. WABC, we have to find out. UC minus UA is plus 180. Therefore, WABC, del WABC is equal to 130 joule. I would like to tell you, you should never write, you should write del W, not delta W. Because this is used for exact differential. Similarly, you should write del Q, not delta Q, because these are reserved for exact differential. These are path dependent functions. Therefore, you use partial differentials, not exact differentials. Let me tell you, on the face of it, it looks very difficult. But recently, I have seen for last 2 years, this topic has been covered extensively in examinations. I want to give you simple formulae. You are asked collision frequency, that is number of collisions per second. Similarly, you can ask time period, mean free time period. But I'll just take this, and if you take it inverse, you'll get the mean time period. Collision frequency is equal to V average divided by mean free path. Now these two terms, certainly it is difficult to recall, but these are very simple. V average, Vrms is equal to 3 RT by M, V average is equal to 8 by pi, 8 RT by M. So when you divide V average by RMS is equal to 8 upon 3 pi. V average is equal to 8 upon 3 pi root Vrms. Vrms has been given to you. So from this you can find V average. Now lambda mean free path is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi d square n. What is this n? This n is number density. And depending upon the data given to you, you find different formulae for this. In the given case, you have been given 1 mole of gas, that is number of molecules is Avogadro number, and volume is given to you. Therefore, number density is equal to Na by V. V comes in the numerator, V divided by root 2 pi d square Na. Now put these values here. You'll get V average 8 upon 3 pi 200, V upon root 2 pi d square Na. Here be careful. Examiner just want to check whether looking at numbers you get confused or you are able to work out. It's very easy. 3, 26, 20, so around 6 and some numbers. 8, 10 to the power 8, and then you work out. Actually answer should have been 10 to the power 9, but nearest answer is 10 to the power 10. Mean time, that is time, average time between two consecutive collisions, is equal to mean free path divided by V average. Now in this question you have not been asked to calculate the exact value. You have been asked to calculate the variation. Two set of parameters are given. You are given V divided by root 2 pi d square by n, because I have given you formula n, a number density is n divided by volume, and in the denominator there is 8 upon pi RT by m. So this varies as volume. Volume is equal to PV is equal to nRT. Therefore, volume is equal to T divided by P, and under root is here. So I have used proportionality symbol. So root T by P. This is the variation. Now two set of values are given to you. T2 by T1 is equal to directly proportional T2 by T1 temperatures, P1 by P2. 500, 300, 2 atmosphere double pressure has been given double. Therefore T2 is equal to 6 in 10 to the minus 8. This is approximately 1.66. This will give you value 1.3, around 1.28 by half. That is 0.65 into 6. That is 4 in 10 to the power minus 8. You should not lose your patience. It's a very simple formula. Lambda is 1 upon root 2 pi d square n. This is number density. You can calculate this because PV is equal to nRT. From that you can use number density. Many times in your examination you are given certain extra relation like Vp square is equal to constant or something of that side. You don't have to panic. Just use your ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. Put the value of P. P is equal to nRT by V. N square R square T square by V square instead of P square. T square by V is equal to constant. T square is equal to constant into V. T is proportional to root V. T dash by T is equal to new volume is 2V is equal to root 2 times. T dash is equal to root 2 T. Now this relation can be derived for different variables. This was for T and V. It can be for T and P, or you can correlate different things. This is one more variation. I've told you in question number 5. The relation might be placed like this. Pt square is equal to constant. Use Pv is equal to nRT. So instead of P, if you use nRT by V, T square constant, T cube is equal to Cv. It implies V is equal to T cube by C. Differentiate with respect to V, you will get 3t square dt is equal to C dV. dV by dt is equal to 3t square by C. You have been asked gamma. Gamma is relative change of volume per unit rise of temperature. That is delta V by V into 1 by delta T is gamma. So 1 upon V dV by dt. V is T cube. V is equal to 1 upon V. C you will take in numerator. C by T cube into 3t square by C. 3 by T is the answer. Number 7 is a bonus question for you, and it's an important technique. How to convert Vt, or for that matter it can be PV, it can be PT graph, into PV graph. so that you can easily calculate the work done during the whole process. Now from A to B, volume is proportional to T because straight line graph is there. Therefore P should be constant, and from going A to B, temperature increases, therefore volume also increases. So this is P is constant, volume increases from V1 to V2, okay, and P increases. So as P is constant, temperature is proportional to volume. Volume increases from V1 to V2. From B to C, volume is constant, therefore temperature should be proportional to pressure. But since your temperature is decreasing from T2 to T1, temperature is decreasing, therefore pressure should decrease from B to C. And from C to A, temperature is constant, therefore it's a PV is equal to constant, PV is equal to nRT, PV is equal to constant. So it should be a parabola from C to A in such a way that pressure increases, PV pressure increases and volume decreases and pressure increases. So equivalent graph A to B isobaric, B to C isochoric, and this is temperature constant. So this will give you this question I am giving you below that how to convert from VT graph to PV graph for the same processes ABC. This will help you. Sometimes there may be question in examination where it is asked what is the work done during ABC. You can't find out work done during ABC, but from here you can find out work done during ABC.